Leeds United have seen an absolute miracle over this past weekend, where we went into it thinking we play on Monday, the teams around us will play Friday and Saturday, and then we're against third place in the league. There's no way we're at the top by the time it comes to playing our match. Well, everyone else around us has played, except for Burnley, because obviously we play against them, and we are still top of the league, this time with a game in hand. To me, that makes all the difference. In this video, I'm going to talk about what happened to the other teams and what exactly a win against Burnley will mean for us, and it will mean a hell of a lot, in my opinion. So, first off, we need to talk about Sunderland, and Sunderland played a weird game of football against Plymouth Argyle. Plymouth are a side that have looked absolutely dreadful all year long. They went before this match against Sunderland to Burnley. Yeah, they were away at Burnley, and they got absolutely pumped. Burnley had barely scored at home, and then they won 5-0 or something daft like that. Leeds fans, at least a good few of us, were looking at that with the opinion of, oh dear, are Burnley suddenly good at home now? But it turns out that Plymouth were just a bit crap. Throughout this season so far, they'd conceded a grand total of 62 goals, but somehow only conceded twice against Sunderland before a last-minute goal from someone called Ogbeta, who I don't know. Hello, Iris. Assisted by Darko JB, meant that it ended 2-2 and Sunderland dropped 2 points, which is absolutely fantastic for us. That takes one of the sides a little bit further down in this race for the top two. But then again, only two sides can be in the top two. So ideally, you'd have more than one side struggling here. And that is where it helps that Sheffield United were absolutely pummeled by Hull City. Sheffield United were going into this match thinking, cool, if we win this, we put all the pressure on Leeds, we'll be 2 points ahead. And you got to consider that they are going into everything with that weird thought in their head of, well, we were robbed of 2 points, so anything that we do is more good than anything anyone else does. And then it didn't quite work out for them. They ended up losing that match 3-0. The first goal coming in the 6th minute before eventually conceding again in the 63rd. Thank you, Cody Drammy, for the assist. And finally, Harrison Burrows putting it in the back of his own net for 3-0. Cinema, beautiful. And Chris Wilder was doing his usual Chris Wilder thing of being very, very mad at absolutely everything. But that quick update aside, what does this all mean for us? And this means that if we win, I'm going to wait for Iris to stop going nuts before I continue. 1 second. Are we good? You good there, girl? Yeah? Meow. I think she's calmed down a little bit, so I'll get back into it. If we win, we go 4 points clear of Sheffield United. That's important not just because it means that we're a little bit clear of them, we've got more than a game of advantage on them, but it means that they can't pull the whole points deduction thing. We are there on merit, clearly at the top because we deserve to be. In addition to that, the team that we're against, Burnley, we will go 6 points clear of them. If they beat us, then sure, we will still likely be at the top of the table, I believe. I'll just have to quickly double check that. If it loads, there we go. We'll still be at the top of the table because of goal difference, but 6 points from what could be 0 will be absolutely huge for us. She's meowing again, but I'm going to keep going through it. And in addition to that, we can properly cock up at some point because we'll be 7 points clear of Sunderland, which is a very healthy margin. And in addition to that, it will be a huge mental victory for us. Because what happened last season was we started way below the pace. We started behind Leicester, we started behind Ipswich, and we were just playing catch-up throughout the season, and then we were top for like 3 days or something like that. We never had a cushion, we were never comfortable, and we never got the chance to properly impose ourselves on that league. This is very different. This is January, and we'll be more than a match clear of everyone around us, and yes, there will still be space to cock it up. But the size of the mental victory of saying, we were you last time, and it didn't work for us last time, you guys have to fight your way back into it, is going to be incredible. And this isn't a way of saying, yeah, we should just be complacent, because the thing that you need to remember about the Championship is no team is unbeatable. But it's a good way of saying, look, Sheffield United, you are going to keep losing matches. Burnley, you're going to keep losing matches. Sunderland, you will keep losing games of football. And now we are the ones that are sat at the top of this pile waiting to see if anyone can challenge us. And if we're able to beat Burnley, Fantastic. We continue to prove that no team is unbeatable thing rolls on because they're the only team, I believe, in this league that is currently unbeaten. Yeah. Well, yes? No. Them and Sunderland are unbeaten at home. But beating Burnley at home is going to be huge because that will affect them when they're playing at home. They'll be like, oh, damn, that certainty is gone. When Leeds lost at Elland Road last season, we ended up losing more than once because that sort of fortress mentality slipped a little bit. Sunderland are in the same boat. They haven't lost at home yet this season, but we were able to put a little dent into that when we visited them and said, look, if it weren't for an Elan Melier cock-up, we would have beaten you here. And the more you can get into the heads of the other sides, the better position you're going to be in. Obviously, don't let yourself get carried away with it because we can't be in that position again. Absolutely refused. I think there was a risk last season that we got too carried away with being the best squad in the league, at least in our opinion, after that Leicester match, and then things eventually slipped. But Daniel Farke will be on his toes watching for that this time around, making sure that that does not happen. And the way that we beat Burnley won't necessarily be pretty. It won't be a classic where it's box to box and end to end because that's not how Burnley games work. There is a reason they have conceded 4 goals at home this season. And that is because in their matches, they draw the life out of it. They are willing to suck every second of fun out of a football match if it means that they come out of it with at least 1 point, ideally 3. But you know what? It's been working well enough for them. And if we have to reduce ourselves to that level of not playing the fun game against Burnley, then we do it. I'm not expecting something box to box. I'm expecting them to sit back and camp in. I will cover all of this tomorrow in my match preview thing. But the general gist of this video is we really need to take advantage now. Leeds have not had a chance like this in our newest stint in the Championship. We have not had an opportunity to say, look, we are top. We are firmly top. It's now up to you. But it's up to us to make sure we're in the position to say it's up to them. And I hope that happens. I hope we don't make any mistakes. And if I'll be honest, I hope we can do to them what Hull did to Sheffield United. If we beat them 3-0, it'll be absolutely magical. But I don't think that's realistic. I'll be honest, I would be happy with a draw. But those 3 points would make all the difference to our momentum for all of the rest of the season. And that's the dream. And that's what it means. This was a bit of a rambly one. Sorry about that. But if you enjoyed the video, please pop a like on it. Subscribe if you're not yet. You could even become a channel member. 99p a month, you get stuff like this early. And yeah, basically, just win, please. Then we can be happy. And then we can laugh at good old Hamface. See you later. Have a nice evening.